Today we have a couple of projects ending soon that I'm genuinely interested in, so we will be getting into that soon. First, let's get what just launched out of the way, and we do have a few things. So, starting with a bluffing game for gamblers. It's not funded just yet. It's 3 to 6 players, so not of interest to me. Looks like a casino-style gambling board game. So if you're interested, check it out. That's called Vabanku. Vabanku. Alrighty, next we have Penny Dreadful, a great London adventure. New deck building adventure game. Victorian England. Alrighty. Got a long way to go to get funded. I will keep an eye on this one. I'm curious how it's gonna do. Looks like they may have to relaunch it. But let's see what's going on here real quick. So 1 to 4 players. Sounds good to me. 10 plus ages, 60 to 180. So it's a long time of gameplay per scenario, or whatever they're called in this game. And it's looking... Let's take a look at those minis. Alright, so they're kind of cute minis. So those look pretty good. Alright, so it does have realistic minis. What's with those cutesy ones? I guess those are just the ghosts or something. Okay. I don't know if that fits in well with the other miniatures. Anyway, so there's 13 in total. All right, looks good to me. I'm saving this one. We'll be keeping an eye on it. It does have solo mode as well. Next one is Atlantis Rising Monstrosities. Like in the name, let's see what's going on here. A new big box expansion. So this is a big box expansion. Let's check out the original game then, if we can. Atlantis Rising board game, okay. And it is rated at 6.5, so it's a rather low rating. 2 to 6 players. What else can we find out about it? Well, let's take a quick gander at it. How's the funding? It is funded. It is funded rather well. This expansion may rise the whole rating of the game quite a bit, since it is rather low on there. But it looks gorgeous, actually. It looks like a very nice game. And as I did say, it does have solo, correct? Or did I not say anything about that? Let's check it out on Board Game Geek. No, it's 2 to 6. 2 to 6 and somewhat epic. So I probably won't be getting this one, but I will keep an eye on it, so it will be saved. It's got 17 days to go, so we'll see in about 15 days where it's at. Alrighty, we got this one at 16 days. This is an STL, so printable miniatures. Let's see what they have available. And the Egyptian style stuff. Pretty nice stuff here. What happens with that Sphinx? Okay, that's just in parts. I thought maybe there's some hidden stuff in there. That would be pretty cool. Some Lovecraftian temple underneath. Let's see, what else do we have? Nice dwarf. Look at that dwarf. Reminds me of the Troll Slayers. Now they're obviously called something else, as Warhammer can't keep the same name for too long. That guy's pretty cool too. Some cool characters for sure. I'm actually surprised all these mix comes into this Egyptian collection. Not bad. So if you're interested, check it out. I won't be saving this one. Next, we got Star Scrapers, Orbital, and this is at 20,000 out of 17. It is 22,000. So it is funded. It is a 1 to 5 player. It looks like it's doing rather well. It's not their first project either. It's a deck builder game, or a card game. It does have some meeples or standees. Alrighty. Not bad, not bad. Okay, we'll keep an eye on this one, so we'll be saving this one. How many players is it again? And it is 1 to 5, so it does have solo mode. Next one is Okio, and it's 1 to 4. It's a puzzle card based card game. Sounds interesting. Let's see, 1 to 4 players. How's the funding? The funding is rather low right now. Not sure if I'm interested in this one. Looks a little too plain for me. If you're interested, check it out. I think I won't be saving this one. So it had some days to go. I mean, at least 15, 17 days to go. So let's see. Next we have the Detective Society. Oh, by the way, I did introduce myself with the video. Welcome to Board Me Up, where I hunt out the latest in board game releases so you don't have to. So this is a detective puzzler. Can I use that term, puzzler? I like that. That works. Instead of reusing an old word. Okay. Let's see. So how many players is it? Let's search that out real quick if we can. Players. And not getting an answer. Let's see. Let's search down all players. Players, other players, and recommended for aged. Can be played solo. Okay, so it does have solo mode. But what's going on here that's of interest? That could be of interest. Let's see the video real quick. I'm thinking of tossing this one to the side. It has 30 days to go. 29. It's not their first, but it's doing rather well. So should we hang on to this one? Well, let's see what the Detective Society Season 1, how well that did. So let's copy that over. Let's check it out in Board Game Geek. And paste here. And it is at a 8.9. Are we talking about the same game here? 8.9? No, this is the first one, right? Season 1, probably. So, wow, it's got a really good rating, actually. So, interesting. With that level of rating, we will keep an eye on it then. I will save it and we'll see it in 29 days and see where it's at then. Okay, and how we feel about it. Reign Absolute, Rapid Strategy Fantasy. It's got 29 days to go. It's over halfway funded. Looks like it's going to make it. And it's a card, square cards. I like that. 2 to 4 players. Easy. I like that. 2 to 4. I mean, if I'm looking at a game that's over 2 players, I want easy. Solo, I don't care. But for more than just me, I'm looking for easy. So this is looking great, actually. I'm going to keep an eye on this one, a close eye. So 29 days to go. We'll talk about it when it nears the end. Oh, I haven't been looking at early bird deals, so if you're interested in any of these, check them out. See if there's an early bird deal that if you fund it sooner. This did have an early bird, actually, and it's now gone. One of the games. Okay, well, we'll be getting into that in a moment. So, Tales of a Dungeon, 2 to 5 players. Looks like a easy mode dungeon crawler. Oh, this is the PC, the computer game, I think. Let's
Bonjour à tous, bienvenue dans cette initiation au
Did he just say Borat?
personnage de plus en plus puissant.
Everything's in English here, the video's not.
Un petit jeton en haut
But it has subtitles. Oh, okay, so that's the game itself. I'm interested in it if it has solo mode, but for dungeon crawlers, for more than 2, that's going to be hard to get out for me. So I'm not interested. If you are, check it out. It's really low on funding. It's probably not going to make it, to be honest. Let's close that out. Next we have The Elves of Unearth just ended at the 32 millimeter scale miniatures. I've already talked about this, but here's a quick glimpse. They are gorgeous, people. If you're looking for some models to practice your painting on or showcase, look at that. That's simply gorgeous. So check them out. They'll probably have a late pledge. We have a lot of other miniatures that they didn't show off up there, it seems. So, yeah, very cool. So that one's done. Goodbye. Well done, everybody. Let's see how much money they raised. Just out of curiosity, they did 85 euro out of how much? So a lot of money. A lot of money. About $100,000. All right, next we have Pocket Paragons. Pocket Paragons just launched today. It's a 3-minute asymmetrical duel. I don't know if I'm looking for games quite that short.
Pocket Paragons is
let's see if we'll save
ready
it.
For your third Paragon characters.
You're not sure about that. I do want some shorter games, but that's really short. But it could be very cool. It does have some interesting characters here. I like that shark monster and the lion anthropoid. So let's save it. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's see if there's an early bird. Don't think so. So check it out if you're interested. It's got 42 hours to go. Wait a minute, this is one of these ending soon games. Never mind. So, am I going to back it? That's the big question then, because I don't have time to decide. 42 hours? Well, 42 hours is still a long ways. I don't think so. Check it out if you're interested. I'm going to look into it a little bit more by tomorrow, but this is what I've been interested. First of all, this one, Fearsome Wilderness, ending in 42 hours. I'm liking the aesthetics. It's a survival game, a dreary kind of survival game. A little bit of Tim Burton-ish, which I really appreciate. And it's got cryptid-type monsters that you have to survive around in the wilderness. And a winter mode and, what was that? A winter mode and a not winter mode. What happened there? What sound was that? Anyway, so that's what I'm interested in next. And I'll be getting back to that one because I'm going to compare it with another one. Then we have 13 monsters armed to the teeth. This one is ending soon, but it's not going to fund. It has 43 hours to go, so they'll probably be relaunching it. It looks like a battle game. We got a lot of those coming out lately. 1v1, not sure. So let's see if they'll relaunch. If you're interested, it's by Rens Willemsen. They'll probably relaunch it, and we'll see how it goes then. So I'm going to close that out since it's not successful. And here's the other one I'm interested, and that's TacTiki. TacTiki is ending in 46 hours. And these are the two games I've been interested, guys. So TacTiki and Fearsome Wilderness. At first, I was leaning more toward TacTiki because Fearsome Wilderness seemed a little bit expensive. It's at $50? Yeah, $50 for the base game, and TacTiki is like $35. Yeah, $36. The miniatures, the little things here, they get stained. So I was looking at how it is played. It's a shorter game, 30 minutes, 2 players only, so like a chess, but it's kind of interesting. If you look at this image, you have these totem things, right? And then on the back, you have numbers, and that's how kind of strong they are. But your opponent doesn't see those numbers. So when you put them down and the other one stacks on it, if your number's higher, you win that little battle. But then there's other rules that complicate the game even more. Anyway, I was watching Board Game Co's review of it and his thoughts, and I'm kind of thinking it doesn't have enough in variety and gameplay, and I think I'll just play it a couple times here and there, and it's just going to sit on the shelf. I don't think it's going to be played that much in my case. And I think that finally made the decision for me that I'll go and look further at the other one, the Wilderness game. This did have some unlocked stretch goals. It looks like a good deal for the money. I would say if you're interested in it, to keep it or to sell it later, I think either way it's going to be good. If you get it right when once they ship it, whenever that will be, then you can throw it on eBay and you could probably make some profit off of it. But here's Fearsome Wilderness. So at the beginning, I thought it's kind of costly because $50 and looking at this. But then I realized, looking at more things in the videos, this board is rather big. And I would actually appreciate this game at a smaller size for what it looks like. I didn't realize it's a full-scale board game. I thought it's like a smaller game. That's why I was like, $50 is a lot. But it's a bigger game. I mean, it's a full-size game, so for $50, I do understand it now. For $50, you're not also getting that many miniatures. So here's what you get for $50. 110 cards, nice dice. Again, I appreciate the whole aesthetics. You get your 4 heroes and a well miniature. So that's all the miniatures you would get. And that's that. So 2-sided board here. You got the winter cycle, summer cycle. And yeah, not sure. I'm really, really on the fence on this one. I was thinking I'm going to have to get this as my cup of tea are survival wilderness games. We've gotten into shows like that, and this is that. And it's with cryptids. It's got a beautiful mix of stuff. So I'm really on the fence. We have 40 hours to go. right now I'll say I'm maybe 50, I'm maybe 40, 60 on it. 40% I won't be backing it, as there's just so much to be getting in the future, and for $50, and this isn't like big news. So if you get this earlier than everybody else from a Kickstarter, chances of you to resell it and make your or some profit aren't that high because it's not a hot game. And I feel, and the other thing I started questioning is whether how fun it is. Looking at the rules, it seems a little maybe slow. I'm not sure, so I don't want to talk. It does have 1 to 4 player, of course, solo mode. TacTiki is only 2 player. So TacTiki seems a little too simple. This one, I'm just not sure if it's going to be that much fun. If it's going to be another Kingdom Death where, something brutal just hits me all the time, or, the good things aren't really that good and you're always just kind of feeling down and lower instead of getting some good things that really make you feel like you're getting somewhere and you're tough. Then I'm not sure if I want that. I love the style, but the style doesn't have to translate into the feel. The feel still could be exciting and fun, right? So I am not sure. What else is ending soon is Darkest Dungeon. That's the biggest one, ending soon in 69 hours, almost $4 million raised. They did a good job on this game, of course. Big production. This is by Mythic Games. Not sure if I have I think I have one Mythic Games game on the way to me. So it's 1 to 4 players, 90 minutes. The reason I'm not interested in this one, the lesser important things are the minis aren't my thing really. They're not that realistic. They're like between the cuter style ones and realistic. As you can see, there's the big styled heads. They did a good job on the minis, I'll say that, because that's what the video game looks like. It's not cutesy, it's just that's what it looks like to make things more clear. So they did a really good job translating that into miniatures. I just prefer realistic, but that's not a big deal if the game is good. And they do have a lot of cool stuff. Look at that. That's an expansion, I think. So anyway, the main thing that's turning me off about it is from gameplays that you see on YouTube and reviews, it's looking like it's quite complex. And by complex, I mean there's a lot of bookkeeping. So you'd think you get into a dungeon crawler, you're just fighting all these things. It's not going to be like that. Not with 200 tokens and 400 cards. Well, that doesn't say necessarily that it wouldn't be. But there's a lot of fiddliness, I think, and there's a lot of bookkeeping, like a lot of things you have to organize and keep watch on every turn, and I already have games like that. I have Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. I started with Jaws of the Lion. That's decent. Kingdom Death Monster, and then Deep Madness. Those already take a long time for me to play through by myself, especially when I'm watching or listening to something on TV. To have another game like that, it's just going to take way too long. It's going to be a headache for me alone. So that's why I'm not going for it. Next is, what else is ending soon? 65 hours. This looks decent, and when I was looking at TacTiki, this one, and Fearsome Wilderness, I put this one to the side and said, no way, I'm not getting it. But you know what? If I'm not going to be getting TacTiki and Fearsome Wilderness, I'm going to be checking this one out. It looks pretty fun. I probably won't be getting it. Honestly, it just doesn't look that interesting. As far as for me, and later on, I won't be going into anything later now, but I do want to mention that the game I'm kind of watching out for, and there might be other surprises on their way, there always are, is Endless Winter. It's looking like something I don't have. I may not be getting anytime soon, and it's really looking good with what it is. And it's another survival game, actually, but it's an epic level game. It's $10 more than Wilderness. I think it's $60. It's a bigger game, so I'm thinking maybe just save the money and go with this one, but we'll see. So I'll let you know tomorrow on my final decision of Fearsome Wilderness and or anything else I'll be funding. I need to figure this out soon. If it's taking me too long, that just means that I shouldn't be funding it. And that's some advice to anybody out there. If you're on the edge and you're feeling FOMO. Oh, another reason that turned me off, because I was almost going to fund it, and then I realized it did have a early bird, and for the early bird was $44, and I missed it. And so now I have to pay $50. See, I don't like when that happens. Early birds are a good marketing strategy, but from me as a consumer, I'm not a fan of that. I don't want to be the one to miss out because I see this stuff earlier than a lot of people, and then knowing that I missed out on it when I wouldn't have, then that's not a good feeling. I mean, it's not much more money, but still, that's just a little bit. Already when I'm on the fence, it's just, that fence is getting just another foot higher. So I'm really, not sure about it. I'll be taking a look some more at it, and that's it. So that's that, everybody. I'll get the video up with the correct titles. You saw the stuff that's coming out. There's a lot of good stuff coming out and more hot stuff coming out as we hit a near December. All right, thanks for watching. What's my tagline? Let's see. Make sure to board yourself up, and until next time. Yeah, maybe I'll stay with that one. We'll see. Come on. See ya.